welcome again to Practical Excel. This is a channel devoted to the learning of Microsoft Excel and obtaining and succeeding in today's technical job market. The goal here is to give you the tools needed to not only learn the many facets of Excel, but also give ideas on the raw power that can be harnessed into job opportunities. In today's lesson, we'll be talking about the intro to macros. So macros are extremely powerful and it's really nice to know how to use them. In today's, we'll just go over the basics of what a macro is and give you an example of it. So we'll get into it real quick. The purpose of a macro is to program in a series of commands to perform a task. That's basically it. It can get very powerful, and we'll get into it in later lessons, but today we're just gonna record one basically and have it work. So you'll see in this example here, we just have some data, and what we want to do is record a macro to copy and paste that data. So you're going to go over to your View tab, go over to Macros, and you're going to hit Record a Macro. And you'll see the macro name will come up, and it'll just default to macro whatever number. And you can have a shortcut key. You can tell it where to store it. You'll usually always want to store it into this workbook. And then you can add a description to it. So we'll just do copy paste data. That's all. And so we're not gonna do a shortcut key in today's video. We'll just run it. So we'll hit OK, and now you'll see down here it says a macro is currently recording. Click to stop recording. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to copy this data, highlight this, and we're going to just paste it. Now, we're going to stop. You can stop two ways. You can come over here and click the stop button here, or you can come back over here to where the macros were and just hit stop recording. So our macro is complete, and if you wanted to see it, here's our macro 3, and if we go into edit, don't get hung up on this. We'll get into what this is later on, but basically the keystrokes we did turned into this code. Don't need to get into it, don't let it bother you, but here's how it works. We'll go back and we'll go to macros, we'll view some macros, and then we can just run. So let's go to macro 3 and we'll just run it, and you'll see it does what we wanted it to do. It copied it and pasted it. However, it does it a lot faster than if we were to do it over and over again. So it's nice to have that macro put in. Now, the practicality of recording macros, one of the ones that I like is whenever you download data, sometimes you'll get data in just like a CV file, a delimited file, and you need to format it. And what I like to do is you come over here and we'll just record a new macro, call it macro 4, why not? And while we're recording, now you can just format however you like. So let's bold this, and I don't know, let's put some borders in here, maybe make this a little bigger. Let's hit 14, yeah. And then let's open it up a little bit. Maybe not so big. So it's okay if you mess up or anything. It just the macro will get all the keystrokes. So if you mess up and you fix it, the macro will mess it up and fix it as well. So it's not a big deal, but here we go. We're now a little bit more organized. And so we'll come up here and we'll come down here and we'll click stop now. So stop recording, and there you go. So now let's go back, bring it all the way back to what it looked like before we touched it. Here we go. We can come over to our view our macros, and you'll see macro number 4 here. And if we click run, it's just going to put it into the exact same format we just did, only it does it faster. So now, next time you download that data, you can just paste it in and run the macro, and it's going to give you exactly the same formatting that you want it to be at all times. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment, email me at practicalexcel2016@gmail.com. Please subscribe if you want to continue watching. They're only going to get more complicated, and